Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Total War Troy, where we play as Menelaus, the king of Sparta, and today we are starting with the offer from the side of the Phyllis faction, I think. Yeah, the faction of Phyllis. Those guys are the ones that we gave the settlement, the colony. We colonized and basically had no resources to upkeep it, and now they want a defensive alliance, and they offer a 447 wood for that. And actually, I think this is a pretty interesting offer. Let's first see where they are on the map. Okay, so they are like real close to those today's Turkey islands, or lands basically. So you know what, we'll just agree on that. This is actually an attractive offer. Okay, so let's see what the AI does next. Okay, so they did nothing, and if I remember correctly from the last time, we were supposed to sit here for a moment longer and actually replenish a couple more of our soldiers here, and then we would attack Cetea, or the island of Naxos over here, so to speak. And we are at war with those guys, so we definitely need to take care of them. But actually there is one more thing we can do. We should actually attack the settlement of Paros first, once we get there, to get rid of this faction out of the game, so to speak, because just look at how much food this settlement here produces, which will basically be way more than enough for this faction to upkeep its soldiers, and we don't want to allow that. We definitely don't want to allow that. So yeah, we will have to attack the settlement first, especially that it is not so well defended. In the meantime, let's start building a couple of garrisons here and there. Well, actually, you know what? We haven't been attacked just yet, so we'll just focus on producing, or like constructing the resources producing constructions first, I think. Okay, so yeah, garrison lord didn't move. Yeah, we will just wait for one turn. We know that he didn't move, so let's skip that turn. We want to replenish our forces, and real soon I think we will go first for that faction. We don't want to start too many wars at once, at the same time. How much food do we produce now? Oh, actually 377 wood. That is actually a pretty interesting offer. What I would be more willing to offer them is something like maybe bronze, because we are not recruiting too many, Well, actually, you know what, yeah, we will agree on that. Wood is now very important to us, because as you know, we are basically upgrading the settlements that are already built, and we basically build the new ones. So that is why we definitely need some you know, some wood. And what we also do need is to find a path where our soldiers wouldn't suffer the attrition damage, but from what I see, probably because of this is the deep sea over here, so we have no other option than to actually go there, and unfortunately we will suffer some attrition damage, which is not good, obviously. Yeah, unfortunately that is true, but we could just go ahead if need presents itself, and we'll go to our allies' territories, you know, start encamping there and replenish our forces a little, I think, before we decide to attack the settlement of Paros. Okay, settlement upgrade available. So let's go for primarily for the food production, and secondly, let's see, what is there anything else more interesting, like this one, for example. And yeah, there's still a construction available over here, and over here we will go for food, that's for sure. There's no question about it. So let's end the turn, and we will see how things will, you know, turn out to be. Okay, Athena, is that like Athens? Probably, like super ancient Athens. Okay, roaming bandits up at Aptera. Our scouts report the presence of a roving band of brigands operating near our settlements. If left unchecked, they will surely continue to harass our population and threaten our trade routes. What should be done with them? Okay. We can... oh, look at that! The recruitment costs minus 100% if we send an emissary. This is actually pretty interesting, like for real. We would get some free infantry units. Or plus 5 happiness, and it would cost us 200 bronze. We already have like over 1,500 bronze, probably, unless it's, yeah, I think it's bronze over here. Rally the people, so plus 5 to happiness in own settlement, minus 25 to all resources in this region, and minus 70 to growth in province. Okay, and leave them alone. We definitely don't want to do that, so we'll actually crush them. Okay, another faction destroyed, so Ionia. Okay, let's continue to push forward. So from what I see, those guys can only afford 7 units now, and this attrition damage is really terrible. It sucks the life out of our units terribly. And look at that. Fortunately, probably because we got somewhere, you know, more closer to the coastline, so now we will again start replenishing our forces, and those are our allies' territories, so that is another reason that it is happening as well. Okay, so Madares. You know what? Let's go for those food producing constructions first. And over here, You know what? We'll actually go for this thing over here. And is there anything else? Still in Ida. Okay, so what can we... Okay, we will go for Master Field and we will continue upgrading that construction. And we will leave that. Oh, actually, maybe we can strike a deal with someone, like a single time barter. We only need how much? 280 wood from someone. So let's try and find ourselves some trading partner. So Achilles doesn't have too much wood. Agamemnon does, which is very good.
Of course I will listen to my brother.
Okay, so give me 280 wood in exchange for, let's say, what do you need the most? Bronze. So like 50 units of... Oh, really? That's too little. Okay, still too little. 125, 30, 40, 50. Oh my god. By the gods, should I say? Maybe I should say. Okay. And I think we'll start this construction straight away, like so, and we'll just end the turn. And unfortunately for us, there are actually no ruins anywhere to be colonized remotely, unless we decide to, you know, to destroy them, to destroy the settlements. And look at that, those guys in their desperation or whatever, they just decided to attack us, even though they completely stand no chance at all. So I don't know what logic stood behind this, but that definitely wasn't the smartest move they could make. So let's replenish our forces. And they actually have some more units somewhere else, but it's somewhere we cannot see. Okay, let's get there. Unless to the power of the faction, unlike in the other you know, Total War games, in this one, on the power of the, you know, the faction, also the number of you know, settlements under their control, you know, this also influences the faction's power, the number of settlements they control, and the number of resources they have in their treasury. So maybe that is the case why, even though we have a single army, our power is now 19th global, now 15th even. Just look at that. Even though, like, there are way more powerful factions like Troy over here, Hector and all. Okay, and basically a couple more which are undiscovered. Now Agamemnon really pissed me off, like for real. I was just about to get here and he took Paros for himself. This thing, what he did over there, infuriates me. Especially that this region, the settlement of Paros, is so rich in, you know, in food, basically. So now I wonder if he will actually decide to help me besiege the settlement of Naxos. I really wonder if he will do that. I really doubt it. So, and yeah, I forgot that this faction had only this settlement, so maybe once we get back there, we will just deal with them like real quick. Expired barters.
King of a warrior people.
Look at that. We can.
I can respect that.
We can milk them even further of wood. Like, let's say, okay, that is too much. This is also too much. How so? Okay, you know what? Let's agree on that.
I'm happy.
We already produce so much gold, more than we need for now, at least.
Also have their place in war.
Let's sign a non-aggression pact with them as well. What about Salamis?
I will aid you however I can, King Menelaus.
For now, we don't have a, well, not for free. We don't have chances of signing a non-aggression pact with Salamine, or whatever you call it, with Ajax, basically. Salamis, right? Okay, and will those guys that we just besieged now decide to attack us? They actually didn't, okay. So, and do they suffer? Yeah, they are running out of supplies. So look at that. Half of their power will be drained in the next turn. So we'll just sit here and wait for a little longer. The time works to our advantage. So yeah, there's that. At the worst case scenario, we can still like trade that settlement with someone for something. I guess we will see about that. For now, let's see what we can. You know what? We will actually go +3 to influence faction-wide. Settlement upgrade available. So Knossos, bronze producing construction. Oh, actually, you know what? Scratch that. Or maybe no. People here, for now, are happy, so we don't have, like, there is no urgent need to upgrade this building first, because people here are happy anyway. So for now we just sit and wait until the settlement we besiege start to die out of attrition or hunger or thirst. It depends. Okay. So Menelaus, can you finally take it? Yeah, he can, but he will lose 2 of his units. So we will actually wait for one more turn, and this should give us enough of the upper hand to actually win this battle without suffering any like major casualties or losing any of our units. Okay, let's go for those Yeah, let's be done with this construction. And let's just hop onto the another turn. And look at that, how fast the turns in Troy fly by, you know. It really takes like no time to get to the 100th turn. And this game is way more dynamic than any other Total War game. That much is sure. And now it looks like Mykenae, or actually Argos, are supporting us with in-depth fight against the Yalbenos. And it's a decisive victory. Okay. So let's occupy. And is that the end to this faction? No, I guess it is not. So they are still somewhere around the world. Let's see where they are. Okay. So okay, so they actually are pretty much gone, because this is their last army they have. As you can see, they are dying of attrition now because they became homeless. So that is very good for us. So yeah, now we can go back to the island of Crete and take the settlement of Setea. Hopefully, I hope at least we can do that. For now, let's just do a couple of things here, like gold mining, construction, and something else like, oh, definitely wood production, that's for sure. And I think that soon enough we should be actually able to afford another army. Look at that. So this army, the upkeep of this army costs almost 2600 food and 60 units of bronze. So you know, we have already enough bronze to be able to upkeep an army similar to this one. We are a little short in food production, but hopefully this will change as well in like really short period of time. And if they are not interested in signing that barter agreement anymore or again, then we'll just leave it at that. And Menelaus has still some unassigned skill points, so let's go for maybe the rallying cry, so he will stop our soldiers from fleeing. And yeah, let's end the turn. And what is surprising for me is that we are not at war with Troy like straight away as well, even though the main objective is to basically just destroy them. Okay. Annex of Cyclades. Okay. So Paros has to be ours. Meropia, okay, that is not very good, honestly. I'd really hate to declare the war on our allies. I'd really hate that. But I see an opportunity over here. People, well, change pattern is 0 now, but okay. I was hoping I could take Mykonos if like rebels took it, but I guess it is not happening. And can we finish those guys off right now? Let's just chase them down. Okay. Decisive victory. Let's just keep that. And look at that, how much we replenish our resources, or not resources but forces. Okay, and now this faction is destroyed, so now we will head back to the island of Crete, to the settlement of Leto. To be exact, people here are pretty unhappy, so we definitely want to address that and basically, you know, change it. Change the current situation or people's attitude toward us. Let's go for light infantry. Okay, casualty replenishment worldwide, so we will go for this one. So yeah, as you know, the replenishment rate is super important to me, always has been, and yeah, we cannot repair those two remaining constructions because we don't have enough wood to do that. Maybe we will be able, yeah, we should be able to do that next turn, but for now we just have to skip this turn, or maybe not skip, but you know, end the turn. And now she wants some. Look at that, her strength rank is 4. So she is willing to give us. This is yet another of those pretty interesting barter agreements, especially that for now we will not be constructing another army just yet, so this wood would be very beneficial for us. Yeah, let's agree. We have plenty of food, but we are always short on wood. We want to have look at that, everyone just wants a food from us in exchange for wood. Okay, let's agree on that as well. We can still afford it, so we will have a super amount of wood now each turn, extra wood each turn. Okay. And we were about to build something else here, like wood production, that's for sure. Oh yeah, and we were about to repair those constructions. What can we build over here? Something interesting? Okay, this seems pretty interesting, so let's go for this construction. And well, we don't have enough wood, so it will have to wait. And do we have enough surplus to... No, we have to... We need level 4 of like surplus to be able to upgrade the main construction in the settlement of Knossos. So yeah, it will have to wait as well. Okay. So for now we are just moving our king to the island of Crete to hopefully unite under our rule. So let's get moving, and in 2 turns time we will be at the settlement of Leto once again. Construction available at Ida. Yeah, we know that, but there is nothing interesting to be built. So we will just skip that for now. And honestly, unlike in all the Total War games, the garrisons don't seem to be this important to me anyway. Like, definitely they are not as important as they were, for example, in like Pharaoh.
Restoring honor.
I don't feel like my settlements are threatened by anyone right now, so I guess that is pretty good. And by the way, let's see if we can sign some
I look forward to hearing.
other
I will do all
agreements with someone like
We shall
Ithaca.
sacrifice a bull,
Well.
then speak together.
He really likes me, but his fondness towards me increases.
We could both profit from this.
And look at that. Isn't that the guy we were... Yeah, this is the original faction we were at war with, so we are not dealing with them.
Talk.
And what about them? We don't have any dealings with them. What about here?
Break out the good
Oh,
wine
look
and
at
let's
that.
talk.
Military alliance. Obviously military access. And let's balance the deal. So they really want to offer us that food. What? Yeah,
Easily
let's
done.
agree on that. What about Elis?
Let's talk things out.
Nothing interesting. Arcadians. Okay, non-aggression pact.
What's on offer?
Let's balance. Okay. An extra bronze. Okay. Or we could change that into where is that? Wood, that's for sure. Like, let's say 200 units. Okay. What about 350? 60. 80. Okay, a little too much, okay. That is great. What about those guys?
I am curious to find out.
Yeah. We have no, like...
It would
Oh,
please
look at
me
that.
to speak
So we
with
can actually sign a military alliance with them as well. And maybe we can milk them out of... obviously... of wood. Let's see how much wood we can milk them out of. 450. Okay, 75. Too much, so 60. Okay. And we will not deal with anyone other than Achaeans to keep it
Menelaus of Sparta.
law-like, so to speak. Let's go for this production as well. Why did the camera get moved over there? I don't know. Over here, let's boost this bronze production. And what about our native? Okay, let's go for this thing over here. Let's upgrade the main construction in Sparta. And I think that is all we can do for now. There are no notifications, it seems. So, yeah, let's end it then. And let's see. So, Mycenae declare the war on Amazons. Um, I really hate to be dragged into that war, but I also want to upkeep this this military alliance, so we will enter actually the war on the side of our ally, which is the Mycenae. Okay. And once we get to the settlement of Leto, we will oh, actually, I was about to say that we will sit here and wait, but I see no reason for that. Let's speed this up, and well, actually, yeah, we will now recruit another army. So now there's this loyalty thing, which appeared in, like, I believe, Total War Warhammer 2, especially in the faction of Dark Elves, if I remember correctly. So I'm pretty familiar with it. Okay. So who we can choose? Let's go for this guy. He seems to be... Oh, actually, let's first see the traits. So, +1 to motivation after this hero wins a battle. Okay. +1 to motivation after this hero ends turn and Ares is respected by your faction. Okay. -1 to motivation if this hero ends turn garrisoned. Okay. -2 motivation after signing a peace treaty with a neighboring faction. +2 after this hero kills captives. To motivation after this hero loots, sacks or raises a settlement. Okay. +1 to motivation after this hero ends turn and Aphrodite is respected by your faction. Okay, so now from what I know, our faction mostly respects Zeus, because I built like a single settlement that is addressed to Zeus, so we'll go for this guy. Okay, and now let's start recruiting those units. So, let's go first for... So we can afford, like, currently only a like 10 units of each of those units, and even like 5 units of those guys. So actually we will want to let's recruit 2 units of those guys, 2 units of those, and these 2. And can we, like... Oh, actually, look at that. So, okay, we can recruit some axemen. Those guys are excellent, have an excellent armor-piercing damage. So we actually have better units than these here. Just the recruitment costs bronze, but their upkeep isn't. And what about these guys? So they also have an excellent armor piercing damage, because this is the same unit. And I believe that, how are they called, Laconian swordsmen and what is the difference between those two? So they are even better because these guys are armor piercing, and the Laconian swordsmen are not. So we will actually recruit even more of those guys. Let's do it like 3 units of them. And we also need like a couple of archers. 4 units of archers, 2 units of javelineers, I think. And let's say, well, we could definitely use some like cavalry, so those chariots, but we will not be able to afford them for a couple of more turns now. So we'll in exchange go for these guys. They are armor piercing, and this really suits us, especially that in the future the majority of enemy forces will be armored, and heavily so. Okay. So let's go maybe for this construction, especially that the upkeep of our units in bronze basically will definitely rise after we recruit those units that are now being recruited. And we will wait with attack on the settlement of Setea until probably next turn. I don't wish to sit and wait those 8 turns or even 10 turns before this army here is ready. So we'll just attack that settlement and hope for the best. Okay, so come on. A most generous offer. The Lycians or the Lycians would see peace and goodwill flourish between your peoples. Lord Sarpedon wishes to offer you a gift of precious resources as a token of his friendship. He promises more will soon be forthcoming should you maintain favorable trade relations with Lycia. Okay, so we can either request granite, so it would give us -1 construction time to all of all main buildings, faction wide, and grants ancillaries, and -20 to stone construction costs. Okay. Request relics, which would give us +12 to influence faction wide, +20% to favor of the gods from rituals in own settlements. Okay. And grants ancillaries as well. Request iron, so it would give us basically, you know, a boost to melee attacks for all units on recruitment. This is actually pretty interesting and important for us, especially that we are now recruiting plenty of units. So yeah, we will actually go for celestial iron, and I just hope that the units we recruit now will be you know, will actually hit harder. Like, this boost will be permanent for them. And let's see if we can recruit those chariots over here. A single unit of those chariots, yeah, we can actually recruit that unit, so let's do it.
I remain undaunted.
I sounded like a Palpatine almost for a moment there. Okay, and let's just go ahead and declare the war on those guys. But first, maybe let's check where they are. They are actually Achaeans as well,
We've got plenty to discuss.
and they are friendly towards us, which changes, as you can see. And now our strength rank is 8, which is pretty interesting. Okay, and is it? I guess it is their single settlement, so I also think we can just go ahead and attack them. And let's see how many. And let's see, just look at that. So tyrants. Now I realize who I signed a military alliance with. So tyrants, the guys we were fighting with originally, now are our military allies. And let's see if they will join the fight. One of them left. I don't really know who, but someone did.
Victory awaits.
Okay, and let's besiege that settlement.
Show no fear.
Let's do that. But we don't see anyone like leaving this alliance, so maybe they just like swapped places on something, which looked like someone left the alliance but actually didn't. Okay, what can we build here? Let's go for, I know it's a waste of the space. You know what, we'll also go for this thing over here, this construction. And I think this will be all for this turn and this episode. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, drop a like, a comment, a subscription, and I'll see you next time. See you around. Bye.